Good evening, everyone. My name is Randall Goosby, and I've had the pleasure of working with Music Masters in partnership with Young Classical Artists Trust as the inaugural Robey Artist since 2019. Though my days as Robey Artist are coming to an end, I'm so thrilled to be continuing on to take on an ambassador role with Music Masters in the coming years. Tonight's concert will be a celebration and a culmination of our work with our Pathways students this year and part of our Pathways campaign, Empowering Potential. Tonight, we'll hear performances from 5 of our Pathways students, as well as interviews with them and their families via Zoom to give us a little bit of an insight into their music-making process at home over the past several months. We'll also see the premiere of a short documentary about one of our oldest Pathways students, Zara, who's now in her final year with the program. The Pathways program is designed to support students who show an exceptional commitment to their musical learning, as well as a real passion for their instrument. The program is specifically aimed at tackling the issues of lack of inclusion and diversity in music by working with students from underrepresented backgrounds in the music industry, as well as students who may face difficult circumstances that make pursuing a musical education that much more challenging for them. Over the past 6 months, I've had the good fortune and the great pleasure of working with our Pathways students via Zoom.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello.
We met about once a month in a mixture of group and individual sessions.
Huge crescendo and then get to fortissimo. Let's see how that sounds.
That were aimed to give us a chance not only to get to know each other and stay connected in such an isolated time.
You guys also like to eat? Yes, good. I'm glad.
But also to give us the chance to share musical ideas, practice tips, and feedback on each other's playing.
Bravo.
I think it's so valuable that we all stay connected as much as we can, and it's such a good opportunity for these students to have a chance to interact and collaborate with their peers, even if it's in a virtual way. Tonight is obviously going to be a showcase of our Pathways students, but it's also a thank you to all of those who have helped support us and help us thrive over the past year, and we're so appreciative for all the support you have given us during this difficult time. Tonight is also a fundraiser for our future, and for anyone able to support our pupils' musical journeys, our fundraising continues, and we are truly indebted to a group of pledgers who have generously volunteered to match donations up to £25,000 tonight, meaning you are able to double your donation at no additional cost. We really hope you enjoy tonight's concert, and I look forward to seeing you at the end once you've had a chance to hear all of these spectacular performances from our Pathways students. I hope you enjoy the concert. Thank you very much.
My name is Analia, and I play the cello. I think the first time when I got a cello was when I was in year 1. I was very nervous because since it was my first time playing in front of so many people. My mom and dad were filming the whole thing.
We were all the parents were glued with the mobile phones. It was the proudest moment to see our child perform that one string. Sheikh, who came to visit us at Ashmole, that was an amazing moment.
And I've seen Sheikh before, but that was the second time I've seen him, and I was kind of shy. Yeah, playing with my teacher Abby is very cool.
Benedetti experience at Queen Elizabeth Hall was amazing, seeing Analia in this big orchestra, like a little dot far away, playing on her own, going her own journey.
When we saw the video, I'm like, oh, there I am. I would take my music to Hollywood. In the maybe there's some music that I could maybe play my cello there.
Working with music masters is absolutely light. It gives to Ashmole such a amazing addition. It teaches them to concentrate, to focus, to listen, to work together as a team. Music masters wants to cherish their children, to really become confident musicians. It's a gift for her life. I think she will continue playing it for her whole life. And yeah.
And that's true. Somewhere at 2018, when I was in year one, when my year one teacher said that we were going to play instruments, and I got into the violin one instead of cello. I feel quite confident with it. Where I met one of this famous balletist called Sebastian Miller. It was like meeting another famous person in my whole life. Most of my friends actually play the violin. Some of my friends do play cello too. I really, really like playing with them.
You're really brave, and I'm so proud of you. Playing in big halls like Wigmore, and we attended the South Bank. It's one of the event of Music Master, South Bank Queen Elizabeth Hall as well. I just want to share during this unprecedented time, especially pandemic, it's been like a 1 year, more than a year. Lesson of violin over the Zoom is really helpful as well, because that's her constant. It's like playing at the same time she's learning, and it did not stop even with the pandemic or lockdown, because the Music Master is offering this Zoom lesson as well, sending all the leaflet through mail. So I'm really grateful and thankful for all the things that you really offered and done for Daphne.
I love music too much. Music is one of the best things I would do. I would put it in second because gaming is the first.
Hello, my name is Daphne, and I'll be playing Chorus by Judas Maccabeus. So the different parts that make a violin, so we have the bass, which is wood, and then we have another important part, which is the bridge. This string is E, this is A, this is D, and this is G. Here we have the frog's eye, which is this circle here, and we have to make sure that our fingers are covering the frog eye up so that we can have the correct bow hold when we play.
When Zara was a little girl, I always wanted Zara to play the violin. It was kind of my dream. And I remember on her first day, she, as soon as she came home, she picked up her violin and started to practice her first few notes.
Yeah, I remember that. I was really excited, and I wanted to show my parents and my brothers, look, I have a violin.
I'm really proud of her and I'm really impressed.
This was Concerto No. 5 in D major, Opus 22, third movement. I like how it switches between like major and minor notes, and I like all the staccato notes so that it's short I also like the variety of dynamics because there's mezzo forte, piano, forte, and it keeps switching up between those.
As I said, I knew that from the very moment she picked up the violin that she was going to do very well at it. So yeah, she plays beautifully. So I first taught Zara when she started violin in year 1, and Zara was just always so interested in music and engaged with learning the violin from the beginning.
Our violins were given to us and we weren't used to the shape and how long our bows were. We found it very satisfying hearing the noises from the violin.
It's an incredibly emotional journey because we're spending so much time together in school, and just incredible to have the honour of watching a child learning and growing and developing, and it's a real honour and real privilege.
I still remember the day that I found out I passed. Louise told me, I have good news, you've passed into Pathways, and I was really excited, but my parents were already proud of me. They were really happy because they knew how much I wanted to pass, because I'd practiced for hours and hours every day and there was a lot of hard work that went into it.
It was really competitive, so Louise informed us that that she will be assessed. Before that, Zara worked really hard. Her hard work paid off.
It's been a really fun time being able to work with her, and it's sad because there's only a few weeks left, I think less than 7 weeks. So it will be hard to say bye. Performing at Wigmore Hall, I found it nice to be able to play for my parents again.
It was really heartwarming performance to watch. It's really difficult for parents to express their feelings, seeing their children performing at stage with confidence. Yeah, I'm really proud of her.
I saw Zara in her school. I said to my best friend, look, that's my sister Zara. I'm gonna play violin.
I'd like to be a professional musician because playing the violin is my passion, and yeah, the Royal Academy of Music, Cadogan Hall, yeah, there's a few places that I'd love to perform at.
Music Masters has made Zara to build her confidence and show off all her ability and passion.
Ever since I got into Pathways, I think I've loved it even more and I've had a bigger passion for it.
The first time I saw my cello, I quite enjoyed it, but it was also quite big and scary.
The first time I heard Amelia play the cello, I think it was quite emotional.
I wanted to play the cello because it had a very sound and it just seemed very interesting. I don't remember the date, but I remember everybody looking quite excited and nervous to play their cello. When you start playing, you don't actually know where to play, so we all started playing at the bottom, and then when we got our stickers picked up, we noticed that we were in the whole wrong place. The first concert we had, being on Pathways, the studio recital.
Seeing Amelia go from choosing to play the cello to actually playing the cello, playing single notes, to being able to put those together to play an actual song, and then her first Christmas concert. Yeah, I was very proud of her performance.
I was more focused on what I was doing. After my performance, I felt very proud and happy. My mum liked the performance.
I'm kind of the parent that records absolutely everything, so I'd say every performance I have lots of videos of her standing back to her first performance, class performances, but I think Wigmore Hall, her studio recital was just a huge deal.
I'd like to play at Trafalgar Square because it's a nice place.
I think to be able to have an opportunity so young, to be able to play an instrument and to kind of gain a skill and develop a talent, I think is brilliant. Pathways have been hugely supportive in terms of the teaching that they've kind of given to the students to kind of help not only Amelia but also myself kind of understand a little bit more about what she's doing. So no, it's been an incredible experience.
I started playing the violin when I was 5 years old in 2016. When I had my first violin lesson with Louise. I mean, she's very kind and she always gives helpful advice to me.
He didn't know very well how to cope with the little violin. He was quite young. Actually, he is the youngest in the group.
Oh, Mum, why do you have to say that?
Today I get to practice Humpty Dumpty.
I would want to perform maybe in the Royal Albert Hall. I really want to play Child Dust by Vittorio Monti. And I even want to do Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto First Movement. It always makes me cry because it's so sweet and it's sentimental as well.
But he also likes playing the Mario songs.
Yes.
Wow, why did
We were actually backstage and watching him stand on the stage in front of where all the sort of the greatest violinists used to stand. I think that was a very touching, sort of moving.
My family watched my performance and they said that they were flying because they were so happy. Yeah, I just wanted to perform very well because it's a very famous hall.
My wife sort of she sort of interacts very closely with music masters and Miss Louise, and what my sort of wife sort of, tells me is that she really appreciates how music masters just doesn't focus on teaching my son how to play the violin, but it's also about how my son can enjoy the music he plays, and how music masters encourages him to think about the many different ways of expressing himself through music.
I felt like a professional violinist, like Maxim Vengerov. I felt very proud of myself actually.
Bravo to all of our Pathways students. It's such a pleasure to hear you, and it was such a pleasure for me to work with you over the past several months, truly. I hope you all enjoyed the concert. I most certainly did, and it was really meaningful for me to see such a diverse range of students showing an interest and passion for music and making their way into the classical music community. For myself, as a young person growing up in music, I never really had colleagues around me of color until I was in my teens. So in my formative years, I was sort of the one and only, which I'm very glad that none of these students are really going to have to think about from this point forward. I'm really happy with the shift in the culture that we're seeing, and I want you all to know that your contributions really matter, and they've made it possible for many of these students to pursue their musical dreams, as you've seen tonight. I'd like to send a big round of thank yous out, many people to thank. First and foremost, the beautiful people at Wigmore Hall for providing a world-class performance venue for our students to share their gifts with us. I would also like to thank Victoria Robey and the Young Classical Artists Trust for believing in me enough to give me the opportunity to work with these students and with Music Masters. Your support is so deeply felt, and I thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I'd also like to thank everyone that has supported us over the past year, whether it was by tuning into one of our live streams, checking out a performance online, donating, supporting our students in any way. I want you to know that your impact is really deeply felt, and not only are you making an impact on the lives of these students, but you're also making a direct impact on the field of classical music at large, because we all know that the lack of inclusivity and diversity is something that has really come to light in recent years, and we are doing all that we can to support as many young people as we can and making this great art form as inclusive and as welcoming as we possibly can. I'd also like to send a special thanks to Sebastian Wybrew for his beautiful piano playing and excellent collaboration with our students tonight. Thank you so much, Sebastian. I'd also like to thank our incredible group of donors and the Childhood Trust for their support in matching donations tonight. Last but not least, I'd like to send a massive thank you to all the Music Masters families, schools, teachers, and students who have made all of this possible. I mean, really, without you, we wouldn't have a cause to support, and we wouldn't have the passion and the drive that we do to support you and to look after the furthering of your educations and your musical lives. So thank you so much, everyone, for all of your commitment, dedication, and of course, your excellent practice leading up to tonight's concert and going ahead into the future. Tonight and across this week, we have up to £25,000 available in match funding. This means the gift that you make, whatever it may be, can be doubled at no extra cost to you. Please help us give the young people you've heard tonight and those that will follow in their footsteps the chance to achieve their potential. With your help, children like Zara and Analea can imagine a different future for themselves. Please, if you can, give generously tonight. Thank you so much. And remember that you can all watch more exclusive performances and find out more about our students through the Music Masters website and social media. And finally, I myself would like to send a big personal thank you to all of you for tuning in, for supporting our students, for donating what you can, and for making this night as special as it possibly can be. It was an emotional experience for me being able to watch just a tiny little slice of these students' lives and to see their growth so rapidly over just a 5 or 6 month period. Not to mention the fact that they had to sort of retain instruction that they got on Zoom, of all things. I can't imagine how difficult it must have been. And I'd like to say thank you so much, everyone, again, for the opportunity and for giving our students an audience to play for and to share with. Please remember that our students and our youth really are the future, not just of classical music, but of the world. And so any support, any contribution that you can give to their lives and to their studies is directly beneficial to all of us as a community and as human beings. So thank you all so much again for your very generous support. I really hope you enjoyed this performance tonight, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Good night, and thank you very much.
Thank you.